years and months of days of waiting for the FIFA Club World Cup, the new phase, last midnight, the FIFA Club World Cup kickstart, we saw a blockbuster performance from Al Ahly of Egypt coming up against Inter Miami. Bayern Munich, the German giant, also, pasted Auckland City of New Zealand 10-0. And we also saw the champions of Europe pasting Atletico Madrid 4-0 in the competition. A lot of games happen as we speak, or as of the time of recording. Palmeiras is also coming up against FC Porto, 10 p.m. GMT or 10 p.m. Ghana time. We will going to talk about it, and we are here to talk about the FIFA Club World Cup, the new phase. So if you are here, click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on our social media platform. Let's get straight into the video. So we are started with the Al Ahly of Egypt versus Inter Miami of Miami, the USA, one of the host teams in USA. So this game ended 0-0 between each other, goalless draw between Inter Miami and then Al Ahly. Going into the game, Inter Miami had superstars, blockbuster superstars, Lionel Messi there, Luis Suarez there, and then we also had Sergio Busquets there. But at the end of the day, none of them were able to save Inter Miami. It was a 38-year-old Argentine goalkeeper, Oscar Ostari, that saved Inter Miami at the end of the day. Blockbuster performance from the two goalkeepers, both El Shalari and then Oscar Ostari, in the game between Inter Miami and then Al Ahly. Let's move into the game proper. I am very disappointed in Al Ahly. Why? Because I felt like even though Inter Miami was kind of sort of the host team, Al Ahly had a plan. They had a system that were working. They had the players, they had the materials to win Inter Miami, but they simply couldn't take their chances. They played 8 shots on target in the game and still couldn't, win the game against Inter Miami. Wasted a penalty. Trezeguet, I will come to him later in the video. But if you watch the Al Ahly team, you could clearly see that even though Inter Miami has some sort of superstars in their team, the quality of the players collectively as a team, Al Ahly were on top of Inter Miami, and Inter Miami are not ready for the FIFA Club World Cup. Honestly, of course, their qualification has some kind of problems, but you could clearly see that they are not ready for the FIFA Club World Cup. Honestly, they are not ready for the FIFA Club World Cup. And Al Ahly showed them that, yes, we have the materials, we have the coach, we have the tactics, and then we have the boys to hurt you. But it is going to affect them because as we speak, Porto are playing against Palmeiras. I'm expecting, a draw game, at worst, a draw game, or at best, Palmeiras to win against FC Porto. If you won against Inter Miami, then it means that you have 3 points already there. And then if you get a draw against Palmeiras or FC Porto, you have, a chance, a very good chance of qualifying from the group. But as we speak now, Inter Miami are going to be the shipping boys because Inter Miami cannot stand ahead of, or cannot stand in front of Palmeiras. Inter Miami cannot stand in front of FC Porto. They're going to take like 4-0 or 5-0. Palmeiras are going to score them like 4 or 5. With this kind of performances, Palmeiras are going to, triumph over Inter Miami. Porto are going to triumph over Inter Miami. So Al Ahly of Egypt, that was your chance. You had the chance to win and get the 3 points and go and get at least a draw against these two teams and qualify. But they simply couldn't do that. And it is going to affect them in the match day 2 of their match and match day 3 as well. Honestly, but let's talk about the goalkeepers, the two goalkeepers. Oscar Ostari, the man of the match, made about 8 saves for Inter Miami and then also prevented a penalty from scoring. Trezeguet wasted a penalty. Trezeguet had the best first half in the game, but Trezeguet as a player, where you have played football, you have been playing football in Europe for so long, you are so experienced to be missing this kind of penalties in this crucial game. You had so much experience to do that, and you couldn't simply bury the penalty. So Trezeguet, I am going to put the blame on Trezeguet, honestly. And then but we saw some couple of individual brilliance from the Ali team. We saw Hamdi Fati, we saw Stefan El Shalari, we also saw Enan Ashrat also, came out from the game. I think 13th minute or 19th minute in the game. Zizou came into the game. Zizou was unreal in the game. Zizou actually caused the penalty, and then Trezeguet wasted the penalty though. But so Zizou, I was expecting Zizou to start the game. But I don't know what was happening. I don't know what the coach was thinking. But Zizou going forward should start the games because he's built for this. Of course, he has been playing in the FIFA Club World Cup. He has been playing for Egypt in the national team. He's sort of experienced. In terms of experience, he's there. 29-year-old Zizou. So if Enan Ashra is not there, Zizou must be able to start all the games. But Inter Miami, second half, I think they came very, very, very well. They were, completed one or two passes, trying to put 2 or 3 balls together to sort of create chances, and that resulted in El Shalari also, saving 5 saves. El Shalari also getting 5 saves for Al Ali. So equally, we could say that the 2 goalkeepers were top, or were on top of their game. Just this midnight, they were on top of their game. So all in all, Oscar, Ostari had the man of the match for Inter Miami. Brilliant display by Oscar Ostari, the Argentine goalkeeper out there. But Sergio Busquets was off in a game. Luis Suarez was also off in a game. I don't know what was happening, but I think they are old, so we can't simply, fault them like that. But Al Ali are currently sitting first, 1 point, and then Inter Miami second. At the end of the day, Porto will come up ahead of them. Palmeiras will also come up ahead of all these 2 teams. But let's move to the next game. That is Bayern Munich versus Auckland City. Bayern Munich winning 10-0 against Auckland City. Absolute annihilation from Bayern Munich to Auckland City, the New Zealand, the OFC champions. 10-0 against them. I mean, it was expected, but I didn't expect 10-0. Honestly, I expected Bayern Munich to paste Auckland City, but not 10-0. This is a disgrace, and I'm not even going to fault them like that, because even in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich are scoring 8-0, 7-0. So Auckland City, I think that this was they had so much to take. I mean, it is Bayern Munich, bro. And then, Bayern Munich are coming into this particular competition as one of the favorites too, to win the competition. As a matter of fact, according to Opta, top 3 they are in there. So if they win 10-0 against Auckland City, a New Zealand champion or an OFC champion, I don't think it is a surprising thing. But just that the scoreline, the margin was just mind busted. But Bayern Munich, Kingsley Coman scoring 2 goals. We also had Michael Olise scoring 2 goals, assisting 2 goals. Jamal Musiala came from the bench, scored a hat-trick against Auckland City. We had Sasha Boy also scoring. And then, we had Thomas Muller scoring 2 goals out there for Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, this wasn't really a test. I mean, we have had people or Bayern Munich fans, I've seen a couple of them complaining online that this was, a game Company needed to start the academy boys and all of that. Bro, let me tell you, Company is not going to, gamble on this competition. He is not going to do that. He has, a face to, save. Bayern Munich has a face to save. So if they qualify, if they win their second game, their third game, they can play the academy boys that they sent. It wouldn't change anything. But this is the first game of the big FIFA Club World Cup, so he had to play his boys. And I totally agree with Company. I totally agree with him. But their goalkeeper, the Auckland City goalkeeper, Tracy, you didn't have to play from the back. I mean, you are playing Bayern Munich. What came into mind just to play at the back? Because all in a game, from minute 1 to minute 95 or to minute 90, they just pinned you to your box. So you had no business from playing from the back. It didn't make sense to me. But I would kind of commend the goalkeeper in the sense that he made 7 saves. Even against Bayern Munich, he considered 10 goals, but still made 7 saves. So imagine he was that poor and couldn't make saves in that particular afternoon, what would have happened? It would have been 17-0, or it would have been 15-0. And that would have been, a disaster. So I think that Tracy, their goalkeeper, a male goalkeeper whose name is Tracy, I haven't heard of it before, but Bayern München, the German champions, also showed the OFC champions that no, this is a big test, and we are built for this. Of course, Bayern München are built for this. I saw Jonathan Tah in the game. He didn't have a bigger test. Let's see in the next games against Benfica, the Boca Juniors. We'll see if they will have a tougher test in there. But Bayern München won by 10 goals to 0. Yes, you heard me. 10 goals to 0 against Auckland City. Man of the match was Michael Olise. 2 goals, 2 assists in the first half for Michael Olise. So that is what happened. When you check their group, of course, they are topping in the group. Boca Juniors and then Benfica will play, and we'll see what will happen. Then now to the big game of the night, or the big game of the day, was PSG versus Atletico Madrid, the European champions versus one of the giants in Spanish football, and it ended 4 goals to 0 against Atletico de Madrid. 4 goals to 0. Of course, PSG is the favorite to win this particular competition according to Opta. According to their form they are bringing, they are the favorite to win this particular competition, and they have shown in this particular game that yes, we are actually the champions of Europe, and we are actually the favorite to win this particular competition. This result, 4 goals to 0, absolutely shown that yes, they are one of the favorites, or even they are the favorite to win this particular competition. A goal from Fabian Ruiz, a fantastic goal, and a brilliant assist, a brilliant vision from Kwicha Kvaratskhelia in the first half, around 19 minutes. And then Vitinha also scored a same assist from Kwicha Kvaratskhelia. Kwicha Kvaratskhelia was very, very solid in that afternoon. So another assist from Kwicha Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha scores the goal. Vitinha. Crazy performance from Vitinha in the middle, controlling the middle with Joao Neves. Brilliant display by Vitinha. And then I think that, of course, one of the best midfielders in the world. People are, argue that he's even the best midfielder in the world currently this season, so far as the season is concerned, and he deserves to be in the Ballon d'Or top 4 or even top 5. I tweeted it. Vitinha deserves to be there. Honestly, the ball he has played this season, with winning the treble, being an integral part of the team with PSG, going to the Nations League to go and win the Nations League with Portugal, coming into the FIFA Club World Cup, put up a solid display, a man of the match display against Atletico Madrid. Let's not forget, Atletico Madrid are not just a side. They are not Auckland City. They are not Inter Miami. Atletico Madrid is not just a mere team that you could, just paste them 4 goals to 0. But the brilliant display by Vitinha helped PSG, pasted Atletico Madrid 4 goals to 0. Majulu came from the bench, scored in the 87th minute, and then Kai In Lee also won or scored a penalty for PSG against Atletico de Madrid. So the last 2 goals came from the 87th minute and then the 90+7 minute. Now, Clement Lenglet had a red card. Let me quickly talk about the red card. Clement Lenglet, it was kind of a foul. Of course, it was a foul, and then Clement Lenglet was nowhere near the incident, but he was the first person to react to the referee or to talk to the referee harshly. If you can watch the video or the picture very well, you could clearly see that Clement Lenglet is basically insulting the referee. He's doing this and he's insulting the referee, because if I'm a referee, I take a foul and you do this to me, what do you mean? And this is a player who had a yellow card in the first half by, tackling a very bad tackle or going a very bad tackle against Hakimi in the first half. He had a yellow card there. So if you have a yellow card, you don't simply go near this particular, incident. You are not the captain. Are you the captain? You are not the captain. And the rules has changed. If you are not the captain and you talk to the referee in that manner, it means that the referee has to brandish the yellow card, and then that was a second yellow card, and that was a red card. So Clement Lenglet worried Atletico Madrid. In fact, he basically single-handedly, dropped the spirit of Atletico Madrid. Honestly, he dropped the spirit of Atletico Madrid. It was, an experienced player like Clement Lenglet. You just don't have to do that against the referee or in front of the referee. It was totally unacceptable. You had your captain. Your captain must be able to, go there and channel your grievances from you to the referee, and we see what happens. So Clement Lenglet, I'm very disappointed in him. He's an experienced player. You needed to do better in this particular situation. You needed to do better. You know the rules. You don't have to, break the rules to get a red card. That will worry your team. And then 2 goals came after that. Mayulu scored. Kanye Lee also scored a penalty against Atletico de Madrid in the Club World Cup. I think Vitinha had the man of the match in this particular game. And all in all, I think that PSG are a solid team. I could clearly tell, some fatigue in Nuno Mendes. By the way, Nuno Mendes was very, very, very fortunate in this particular game. He was fortunate that he didn't get a red card in the game, because that tackle, that last minute tackle that resulted a fair play, was a red card tackle. He has been, very lucky in this particular game out there. But PSG have shown that, yes, they are the favorite to win this particular competition, and they are the European champions. 4-0 against Atletico Madrid. Brilliant display by PSG out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, Palmeiras and Porto are playing. PSG are leading their group. Let's see what happens in the subsequent games. We'll bring all the review to you here on Kobo Sports Room. So if you are here, click on the subscribe button, press the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Club World Cup review. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and peace.